I do like the rain machine that they have in the background. You hear some synthetic noise. That's at least EDM. A kind of background sound. They have very lovely voices. I will give them that. Rain machine again. It's quite nice. I like the effect. Not standard for EDM, but it sounds very cool. I also really like the kind of high notes they have here.
What do you mean by not standard for EDM?
It's just not something that you hear very often in EDM music. It's just not a very... There's some instruments that are always used, and then some that aren't. Now this part right there, that's very much EDM. You can hear that, you know, with the bass coming in, with the drums coming in, the beat. I see what people are saying when they say that it's not very EDM, and that EDM is electronic dance music, which means that the beat is normally first and foremost, right? It's something that you have to hear right away because you're dancing to it, you're kind of, you know, on the floor, you're having a good time with it. The beat comes in very late in this song. Their singing is beautiful. The background is actually really interesting. I love how you can hear just the Asian influence right away with the instrumentals they chose. It makes it interesting, and you can still hear it throughout the song. But yeah, it's not really great EDM. This part's very much EDM. I'd say like this is maybe like the first bass drop. I like it a lot, actually.
You like this part?
This part I like a lot. I think it's a good combination of, like I said, that kind of very Asian instrumental with classical EDM music. It sounds good. It sounds good. That was also a good kind of beat drop that happened there. They have very impressive voices. Yeah, see, the other thing I find interesting is that normally what's standard for a lot of EDM music is electronic effects on the voices, right? Either you have the share effect, right, auto-tune, or you have some sort of heavy reverb, something. They don't actually have that, which I think is really interesting. Instead, they're just purely using the skills of their own singing to have those kinds of effects, right? The fade out there, the way that her voice cuts in and out on those higher notes. It's well done. It sounds great. They're very impressive singers, and their voices harmonize very well together. They fit each other very well. So in that sense, that she's done a good job, or he's done a good job of matching their voices to one another and really harmonizing there. And I said earlier there was a part right at the beginning where I thought actually they were using reverb, but they're not. They're actually just harmonizing spectacularly. So it gives that almost effect of that echo. But it's interesting because it's exactly that. You can tell like there's definitely electronic aspects to it. If I want to say if this is a very standard EDM song, it's not really. This is not something I would want to play at like an EDM festival or something like that.
Ayunga say this might be great for like an art exhibition and things like that.
It would be great for an art exhibition, and also it's not something you normally hear at like really high energy clubs because it has that kind of slower beat per minute. So if we were to go back and really play it out, and normally, you know, EDM has very, very high beat per minute BPM because you want that like very quick paced music, you want to get it. But if we would listen to here, you can kind of wait a little bit, but till we get the beat in. Because we have a so you see how this is quite slow actually. This is also with their vocals. That's a big thing, is those really long, drawn out vocals, the kind of thing. This is not something you'd be like jumping at the club to. This is something you would be more just like listening to and kind of vibing with. I actually like the song though. I won't lie. Is it very classical EDM? Final answer is no, not really.
A little bit too simple at the beginning intro, right?
It's definitely electronic music. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of acoustic elements here that make it hard to say, like, well, this is purely electronic music, because there's just, it's not all electronic. And then also, yeah, if you want to say electronic dance music, right? Some people call dance like a different genre. The dance part of this is really lacking in this, because you are missing that beat throughout the whole song, right? The beginning has really no beat. The beginning is beautiful, but it doesn't have that nice beat that you'd want to nod your head to, dance
EDM
to.
is not just for dance.
It's not just for dance, that's correct. So, but it's a big aspect of it. So, really like the song. Not really purely EDM, but I like that they're actually moving a bit outside the box, and that's something a little bit interesting.